think of it, a modestly successful comedian. President Zelensky talked the United States of America into spending $350 billion to go into a war that basically couldn't be won. He refuses to have elections, is low in the real Ukrainian polls. I mean, how can you be high with every city is being demolished? A dictator without elections. Zelensky better move fast or he's not going to have a country left. Got to move fast because that war is going in the wrong direction. In the meantime, we're successfully negotiating an end to the war with Russia, something all admit that only Trump is going to be able to do in the Trump administration. We're going to be able to do it. And Zelensky probably maybe he wants to keep the gravy train going. I don't know what's the problem, but he hasn't been able. He's very upset that he wasn't invited. He could have come if he wanted to, but that he wasn't invited to Saudi Arabia. But he's been working for 3 years. There's never been even meetings or phone calls to stop this war. It's a horrible thing.
Something went really cross between Zelensky and Trump. It's not surprising that Trump's trying to negotiate an end to the war. It was a campaign promise. He's digging in. He's fulfilling the promise. But for Trump to be as vocal as he's been against Zelensky the past couple of days, Zelensky really crossed him bad. And what an idiot. Joining me now, Mike Cernovich, author, filmmaker. Love having Mike on the show all the time. Mike, what did Zelensky do to make Trump mad, and how could you be that dumb when you have no leverage to make the guy with all the leverage angry?
I saw some speculation that Zelensky, during his meeting with J.D. Vance, had his usual braggadocio, the usual swagger, the usual I'm better than everyone else vibe. I don't have that confirmed. I haven't been told by anybody in the White House, but it wouldn't surprise me. Trump's tone definitely shifted, and it shifted aggressively. That wouldn't be hard. It wouldn't be hard to imagine Zelensky being rude to everyone because that's how he acts.
Yeah, Mike, could you maybe lay that out for me? Because I was actually thinking about this last night. I couldn't sleep for a little while, and I was laying up thinking, just kind of geopolitically, why would you be that dumb? Why would you act that way? You have to know. I mean, look, I don't know the guy's IQ. You have to know you can't do that to Trump. And you dang sure know you can't be offering, anti-Trump talking points to the television set. Anybody, my 14-year-old knows you can't do that to Trump, or you're going to make him angry, and then you're going to be in a bad spot. Is he dumb? What is it?
What happens to all people, you, me, every human, is that what gets us there doesn't always take us to the next level, right? That's a little mindset vibe or mindset plug. And if you're Zelensky and you steamroll everybody, you treat everyone like you're an A-list celebrity, or rather you're treated like you're royalty, then why would you, in your own mind, make that adjustment and understand that there's something going on or something different with Trump? Now, something I do want to throw into the ether, this is pure speculation to be clear, but with Tulsi Gabbard at DNI, with the new Trump administration in, it could be that Trump got the Ukraine files. Remember that first impeachment for Trump, the sham impeachment, the Ukrainian impeachment, the fabricated impeachment against him, was the result of a phone call with Zelensky where Trump wanted the Burisma files, Trump wanted the information, and now Trump has access to it. So imagine you're Trump and you have the files now because you have access to all of this, and you read the files. How would that shift your dealings with Zelensky and all of Ukraine?
Yeah, it sure as heck would. I hadn't even thought about that. Okay, speaking of all this, Roger Wicker, GOP senator, came out and said this. I see so much of this stuff.
Do you think that Putin can be trusted in these negotiations?
No. Putin is a war criminal and should be in jail for the rest of his life, if not executed.
Mike, I just can't believe the way people talk now. Wars end. It's been 3 years. Wars end. There's a loser. It's not annihilation. There's a negotiated peace. It's how virtually every war ends. Why is this one treated differently? What is it?
And what of Gonzalo Lira, right? We had an American who was kidnapped by the Zelensky regime when he's trying to leave Ukraine, tortured, denied medical care, killed. The Biden State Department was almost certainly in on it. They didn't advocate for him to come back. So my question, and this is a litmus test that I have, for example, Niall Ferguson, or however you want to say his name, is talking big about Ukraine and how Niall, he really understands history and great men and global affairs. And I always do a little experiment. I always run a search for Gonzalo, right? I always run a search. Let me see if you ever mentioned an American was held hostage by the Zelensky regime. Oh, wait, you never did. Oh, interesting. Okay, but you're a sincere actor. So the Republican is doing the same thing Niall and all these old neocons do, all these old guilt trippers do, and JD just totally bodied. I think this is the most important thing with the energy change right now is that we're just not taking it, dude. We're not taking the emotional blackmail. You're not going to say, oh, you guys want to end the war, or rather we just want to end funding. Oh, you want to cut off funding. You guys are cowards. You guys, shut up, dorks. Shut up. Or Putin is a war criminal. Okay, great. We don't fund him, bro. That's what I don't get. Zelensky's a war criminal for what they did to Gonzalo Lira, an American citizen who I'll throw in as a little quirky. Maybe that's why a lot of people in the Trump administration haven't said much about it. He was a strange guy. He went to Ukraine, was attacking the regime like he was an American, whatever. Now, a lot of people will be upset by that because they'll say, well, he's an American. He should say whatever he wants. But I think you and I are more of the mind that, hey, if you go to another country, you might want to mind your P's and Q's. But even so, he should not have been killed in a dungeon in Ukraine, and he was, and nobody cares, and nobody brought that up. It wasn't an international incident. But if you're some druggie who brings weed into Russia, oh God, stop the presses. What an atrocity! Some druggie got arrested in Russia. We better get them out. But if all you did was run your mouth in Ukraine, and Gonzalo was taking custody when he was trying to leave and killed, who cares? Who cares, right? Who cares, bro?
I can't let you go without asking you, Kash Patel, he has a mountain to climb. Mike, I'm excited about it. The people I trust Kash, so I'm all about it. I'm excited about it, but it is not an easy task before him. Cleaning out a secret police agency's ugly work, and it's dangerous work.
Yeah, Kash is going to face a lot of resistance within the FBI because a troubling statistic I saw from Comey's speech or McCabe, I can't even keep track. They're all such the same, right? Carbon cutout regime apparatchiks. And apparently 40% of new hires happened under Christopher Wray, rather. See, McCabe, Wray, they're all the same. It's funny. So as much as the left is always talking about, well, there's not enough diversity, I can't even keep track of if Wray is any different from McCabe, is any different from Comey. Right? They really are the same. Even if you follow this closely as we do, you go, no, actually, that was Wray. So every agent who joined the FBI in the last administration, the last regime, is a Stasi member or an aspiring Stasi member. I would like to see mass firings, mass terminations of everybody who joined because you knew what you're getting in at. Right? It's one thing if you've been in there for 15 years. Easy for us to say, hey, guys, give up your pension. We're so brave and you're so pathetic. Look at us, how brave we are. Just give up your pension, uproot your life because you don't like the J6 process. Whatever. I'm a little bit more nuanced on that. It's easy to talk big, right? But the people who wanted in on it, that's the Stasi. Those people all have to go. Everybody. Fire them all.
Amen. Mike, come back soon, brother. Appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.
I would thank you for coming to my YouTube channel, but I know how brilliant it is, and I know you love it here. So subscribe and watch. We're going to start really ramping things up and putting some funny stuff, some interesting stuff out there, some collaborations. Either way, my YouTube channel is officially the place to be. So stick around.